My daughter taught a bully at school the meaning of stop by breaking their nose after they didn't listen, and now everyone is telling me that my daughter is a monster, but I truly couldn't be more proud of how she handled the situation. In the title I said my daughter caused this little angel of 7 years isn't mine biological, but she is the daughter of my best friend who died of cancer, and he asked me to take care of her like she was mine. Sophie is my whole world. She is sweet, kind, always have unlimited energy, sometimes too much haha, and most of all she always defends the other ones. She is the exact copy of my best friend, and sometimes when she sleeps I watch her, and I cry cause I think of her father, and it's just like a piece of me died and she is remembering it. Anyway, my parents were, and still are, strongly against my choice and my promise cause I'm too young and too unexperienced to deal with an enormous thing like this, and well they always find something that isn't right. The way I dress her, the values I try to teach her, the way she plays, so basically nothing is good for them, but don't worry, it's the habit and I learned to deal with it, ha ha ha. But yesterday what I said in the title happened. She was playing in the garden of the school with her bestie, Mary, when she heard a kid yelling, "Stop, you're hurting me, leave me alone," and when she got near she saw a kid bullying a guy and kicking him on the body. Here comes the thing that I taught her. If you warn someone 3 times to stop it and he or she doesn't listen, you can teach him/her the meaning of the word stop. And this is what happened. She told the kid 3 times to stop, and at the 3rd warning the kid pushed her down and tried to kick her too, but she reacted by throwing a punch and breaking the little kid nose. Now, before anyone says it, I know by myself that violence isn't an option and we all shouldn't react in that way, but sometimes it's necessary to make the bully learn the lesson. When I got the call from the school and they said they wanted to talk with me immediately, I got worried and started to think at the worst, but when I arrived and they told me what happened I was confused cause, like I told them, since when is punishing someone that stands up and try to help the bullied one is to condemn and punish. I told them the same thing, that violence isn't the option, and I told them that I will have a talk with Sophie about what happened and teach her that what she did wasn't right. But you know what? I'm proud of her. I'm proud that she stands up and helped the others. Obviously I told her that violence isn't a solution and all this stuff, but I'm proud of my daughter. As you can imagine, for my parents was the end of the world. Their words, "WTF are you teaching her? Do you want her to be a criminal? Is this what we thought you?" And this kind of BS. I tried to explain them my point, but obviously they didn't even let me explain, and now to them I'm like a criminal that teaches a little girl how to kill? So am I a jerk? Update. I want again to thank you and tell you how much I appreciate your support and ideas from the last post cause I wasn't expecting it. Some of you made me think, and I did what I usually do when I have thoughts. I went to my grandparents for some real support and confrontation. I always do this and they know it, so they are always ready for me, ha ha ha. So this morning I advised them that I would be there to have a talk with them, and they were super happy, mostly or entirely, ha ha ha, because I was bringing Sophie too and they absolutely love and adore her, ha ha ha. Sophie was very happy and excited too for visiting them, ha ha ha. Once there, obviously they hugged and kissed her like I wasn't existing for those 10 minutes, and then my grandpa went to play with her and I remained alone to have a talk with my grandma. I told her what happened and all the mess, and she without hesitation asked me if I did something alone with Sophie and what I told her. I told her that I brought my little angel for an ice cream because no matter what the school said I was proud of her standing up and defending the bullied kid, and we spent the whole day together doing fun stuff. She said that she was proud too of Sophie and gave me a new perspective on what happened that I would never thought about. Then we obviously remained for lunch, and my grandma like always made a wedding lunch like me and Sophie weren't eating since 40 years, ha 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 ha. We remained there a few more hours and we all played together until a few minutes ago I brought Sophie to a friend's house for a party. I still don't know whose is the party and why there is a party, but okay, ha ha ha. But the thing that my grandma told me and I'm still thinking about is my parents' immediate angry and aggressive reaction to what happened, like I was teaching Sophie the worst things on this planet. So I thought about it a lot and finally understood what my grandma was trying to say. It's all about my relationship with my parents and how much I care for their opinion. I admit that I love to hear people's opinion, but the mistake that I'm making is to give too much value to what my parents think and not that much on what I think is right or not. I know that they're my parents and of course what they say is important, but like my grandma said, honey, you're not 14 anymore, you're almost 30 and you have a daughter with you. It's time you make your own life, your own choices, your own mistakes. Your parents will forever tell you what they want and not what you want to hear. So stop bothering yourself about what they think and start to think with your own mind about your life and not theirs. For how much is difficult to admit, but she is right, like always I would say ha ha ha. And it's true that I rely a lot on them, but it's because they are my parents and their words have an importance, so I don't know, maybe it's because I'm afraid to be a failure in their eyes, but grandma is absolutely right. I need to make my own life and my own decisions, and I have every intention to do it. So nothing, just this. Just a simple talk with my grandma made me realize a lot of things, like always, and to me it was fair to let you know too.